game. And today I'm going to give you 8 must-know tips to help you escape that feeling and stop being hard stuck. Starting off with tip number 1, you need to, unless you're willing to whip out the wallet, prioritize using all of your resources on one deck. Wild cards, books, elite wild cards, it is impossible to deck hop and level up 2 decks without spending money. And the majority of players don't want to spend money, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to either, because the number one rule of being hard stuck is if you're 2 to 3 levels under leveled, your time trying to get out of being hard stuck is mostly wasted just because all of your cards have 30% less stats than your opponents. And to be honest, there is a lot of people who just level up random stuff, don't save their resources for one specific deck, or change their deck a bunch. So before you commit to one deck, make sure you enjoy it and that it is actually able to get you to top ladder or wherever you're trying to get. Tip number 2 is to watch your replays to see what you're doing wrong. And no, it's not fun, but you know what's worse than watching replays is being hard stuck. So you have to do it, and it is going to help you. Or you don't have to do it. You could just, you know, keep hitting your head against the wall and be hard stuck forever and quit. But if you watch your replays to see what you're doing wrong, not only is it going to help you build game knowledge, it's going to build your thought process and your game knowledge to help you in many different circumstances, and you're going to be able to start outplaying opponents that you may have not, but you actually can. And even though it looks like you can't, if you watch your replays to see exactly what's going wrong, where it's going wrong, what you could do instead of, and not just saying, oh, I should have gone Knight instead of Valk, but why should I have done this? Maybe even 3 plays before this set this up. You're going to see yourself just massively skyrocket, even against harder matchups and sometimes even against people with more levels. Tip number 3 is to invest in good evolutions for your deck. Now, there are so many YouTubers, like me included, who just make, you know, the evolution tier list for the season. And while those are great, in a matter of a month, an Evo can go from 30 to 15. And just because an Evo is ranked low on the tier list doesn't mean that it can't be good in a certain deck. Like, for an example, let's take Evo Hunter for an example. He's really good inside of Royal Giant decks. And if you're playing Royal Giant, it's often, you know, unless you're playing the Boosted Furnace deck, really good to use the Evo Hunter and level up the Evo Hunter. He's not going to be great in other decks, and he's not going to be, you know, very high on the tier list, but he's excellent in that deck, and you should absolutely focus on trying to get him. You're going to get Evos rather quickly because if you're playing and collecting rewards, they give out free Evos. Maybe it'll be the one that you want. That's cool. But also 2 free wild shards a season, you'll be able to get, you know, it probably takes a while, but within 4 to 6 months, you'll be able to have an Evo in your deck in a full max deck, which is honestly, I would rather it be faster, but not that bad. Tip number 4 is prioritizing the leveling of your deck. Now, if you don't have all fill level 15 deck, what do you upgrade and when? Well, most importantly, I'd say the win condition of your deck is the most important because it's going to be what's consistently doing the damage, getting to the tower. If it's under leveled, it's going to get countered easier, and therefore you're going to have more opportunities where you lose. But prioritize after that, leveling things that have like interaction changes. Like, let's say your Musketeer's level 14, she dies to level 15 Fireball. That should be right there on your list of things to level up, if not the most important thing to level up. So look for interaction changes, focus to level those cards up first to give you the best chance to win. Even if you do have maybe an under-leveled Ice Golem or something, maybe that's not as big of a deal. And this is probably a common sense tip, but a lot of people just level up their favorite card. They just have a level 15, you know, God knows what in their deck, and the whole rest of their deck is under-leveled. But prioritize leveling up those first. Tip number 5, if you have a meta deck, try watching other people play it. Now, this is not very hard to do in the great day and age of 2025. I would highly recommend, actually, instead of making your own deck, to level up a meta deck and watch people play it, because once you watch people play it, you're going to pick up plays that they do. You're going to see strategies that they use. You're going to see the pace they play with, and maybe you won't understand everything, but you will be able to start grasping what they're doing, why they're doing it. And if you study and really look at why they're doing that, sometimes even give commentary and explain why they're doing that, and that's going to speed up the process of you being good very, very fast. It's going to help you understand how to play your deck, and even though they're playing in a different trophy range as you, you're going to be facing worse opponents, and using the thought process and strategies you learned, you will be able to escape that range that you're in. Tip number 6 is to stop looking at how many trophies you need and start focusing on single games. Now, this is a mental kind of note that a lot of people get into when they either get hard stuck or they lose a game or they're down trophies tilted. They're just looking at, oh my god, I need 300 trophies to get to here. I need 350 trophies. Oh my God, you might not be thinking of it, but it's subconsciously hurting you. What you should be doing instead, no matter how many trophies you're down, is treating every single game as good as you can. And if you can't do this, like you play 3 games in a row and you're burned out and you're not playing well, do whatever it takes to play the single game at the highest ability possible. Whether you need to take 5-minute breaks, 3-minute breaks, no breaks, treat every game individually. Do your absolute best in one single game and just repeat the process. That's what you need to be looking at, not I need to get 300 trophies back, because you're going to subconsciously put extra pressure on yourself, be prone to more mistakes, speed up the pace of your gameplay. I need to take this tower, I need to get this trophies back fast. It's not going to work, and it's going to result in you tilting even more. This is a game where things could go south very fast. Things could go north very fast as well. It's just because, of how fast paced the game is. Tip number 7 is you have to identify, are you bad or is your deck bad? Or God forbid, both. Now, this is a bit of a weird tip, but it kind of relates to watching your replays. You need to identify whether your deck is just weak, you're not being able to get damaged consistently, you're not able to defend consistently. You need to try and look at what is going wrong in your games. Do you have a problem with your deck's win condition? Do you have a problem with defending air? Do you have a problem with defending ground stuff? Can you not defend bait decks? Can you find the weaknesses in your deck and address them, and make sure that when you're doing that, you're not going and being like, this was just insanely impossible for me to defend. If it was genuinely impossible, be honest with yourself. You're not cheating anybody but yourself. Look at that, replays, whatever it is, and figure out what's making your deck weak, if it's even weak at all. And if there are different scenarios you could have done, you will also be learning and you will be applying those to your deck. Hopefully you don't need to change your deck maybe in certain circumstances. You'll just need to play better. Tip number 8 is to be confident. And I know this is cheesy, but when you address somebody reaching 2200 medals for the first time, they're like, oh, I'm nervous, this is really high for me, and they start playing a little bit nervously. Believe in yourself, be confident. You got to these trophies for a reason, whether it's because of the credit card or the boosted deck or whatever. Just keep the good mentality going. Be sure to make sure that you're believing in yourself, confident. That's why I got up here. Play with confidence, play aggressively. That doesn't mean shove everything at the bridge, but if you have something that's been working, keep doing it. Don't change up your method because you got somewhere. Be confident. Keep playing the way you've been playing. There's a reason you got up to these trophies, and you can use that reason to keep getting out of these trophies. A lot of people aren't confident in themselves, and that's why they make mistakes or they start tilting. And